The final draw for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa is complete. The United States has been placed in Group C along with England, Algeria, and Slovenia. As soon as the draw finished up, word spread quickly here at the 2009 Winter Development Academy Showcase and Nike International Friendlies at the Reach 11 Sports Complex in Phoenix, Arizona. We decided to take a walk around the fields and get some reaction to the draw from players and coaches.
The draw looks quite good. I think looking at it, England and the US have got a great chance of qualifying, but with regards to the first game, the build-up started now. Obviously preparation started, and we've also got the Beckham factor to throw in there, so it's rather exciting times.
A bit unlucky to draw with England, quality team, but I think, we can beat Algeria, take care of Slovenia, get through. That'd be nice.
For the most part, I'd say it's a good draw for us. I think, it could have been a lot worse, and sure, you can always say it could be a little bit better, but for the most part, you got to lean towards this was a good draw, and I think as a country, we got to be excited.
You have to look at it as a positive because it could have been much worse. At the same time, I think people aren't going to know Slovenia or Algeria, but they're very, very good teams, especially Slovenia. I saw them play against Russia, and I think it's a very solid team.
I think the U.S. has to be happy about the draw. I mean, obviously going to a World Cup, every team is a quality team, so you can't rely on some team being ranked lower than another team.
As competitors, you want to start with the toughest one first, right? And so, on paper, England for sure seems to be the biggest, the biggest fish in this pond.
You know what you're going to get from England. All those players and the style of play that they have are very crystal clear. There's no real surprises out of that group. Then you have Algeria and Slovenia, who you maybe don't know a lot about, but they're not world powers in the soccer game. So you have to like your chances. You play England first, so you get the toughest game out of the way. You get to prepare for that, and then based on that result what you need to do in the two easier quote games. So not only is the draw good, but the setup of the matches is fantastic as well.
Second game becomes the pivotal game. If you can get 3 points out of that one, you put yourself back in contention, or the driver's seat even, going to the third game. You know what you have to do in the third game. Potentially the weakest opponent on paper again in that third game. So I think the order actually, you hate to go into the third game against England having to get a result. So I think this order favors the United States.
Algeria has a good team. I mean, they beat the Egyptians, who were the Africans champions for some time. So I don't think it's going to be that easy. But again, I would not worry too much of who we play. It's how we're going to play is the most important thing. So
they should be able to beat Algeria and Slovenia because they're not really fit like the U.S. The U.S. is super fit, because even their young national teams, they're all fit. That's one good thing about the U.S. I think they're going to do pretty fine and they're going to qualify, so I'm looking forward to see them qualify.
I think it's a fairly good draw, but it's a good matchup with them in England. Overall, Slovenia is a decent team too. I think they have a 50-50 chance. I can see either them or England passing through. But other than that, I think other groups are good too. The group of death this year is really competitive, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes through.
We have a group that we have a chance to go to the next round. That should be the focus and nothing else. If it is something else, then we can talk about it afterwards. But right now, it's just something, be focused for doing good against those teams, play well, play nice, and get some points, get to the next round.